Shalom Aleichem. Once again, we have a learning from HaRav Yaakov Galinsky. HaRav Yaakov Galinsky, Zecher Tzadik Livracha, on the Parsha of Bo. Let's take a look at what he has to say right now. B'damayach chayi. It says, B'damayach chayi. In your blood I will live. Rabim Shalim Am B'matzav Ko Yorud Shakur B'memtes Shari Tuma Over Davodah Zarah Malachim Einam Roim Hebdel Beinam Lamitzrim. We'll talk fast a little bit. Many people ask the Bnei Yisrael, they were in such a very low situation, a low madrega, a way of being. They were in the 49 Shari Tumah, the gates of impurity. They were Shari B'memtes, the 49, the gates of impurity. Oved Avodah Zarah, they were doing idolatry. Malachim Einam Roim Hebdel Beinam LaMitzrayim. The angels, the Malachim, they didn't see any difference between them and Mitzrayim. Below Higiyaz Man, Geulasam, Uvekoach, Shtei Mitzvos, Yes Shteim Kimu, Shalolishman, Nigualu. So the time for their redemption had not yet come. However, Uvekoach Shtei Mitzvos, the power of two mitzvos that they did, Yes Shteim Kimu, Shalolishman, and both of them they did, not with Lishma means not with Hashem's, for Hashem's sake, because Hashem said to do the mitzvah. They did it because they had other reasons why they did the mitzvahs. But they did two mitzvahs, and these two mitzvahs were not Lishma, but still Nigalo, they were redeemed. Got the Shuvah, the answer is Dafka Mishum Kach, because of this. Ein lano musag kama chaviva lefnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu kol mitzvah shenasit b'chazo eis chashucha. Just because of this reason, we don't have any inkling in our head how beloved before Hashem is the mitzvahs that we do, the mitzvahs that they did, the Bnei Yisrael, in a situation where it was so dark and so bad, and the mitzvahs that they did are very beloved before Hashem in a time when it's not so easy. Says at the Kufa Hahi, like it was in that time of the Bnei Yisrael being in Mitzrayim in Egypt, and like in our time right now, Rav Galinsky says. Siperli Ovi Mori Rabbi Avram Tzvi Olav Shalom. So Rav Galinsky's father, Rav Avram Tzvi, Olav Shalom, Zecher Tzadik Livracha, told him a Maisa story. Shahaya Talmud Yeshivas Radin. He was in the yeshiva of the Radin, of the Chavetz Chaim. Yom Echad Shama Es Chavero Pona El Rabam. Chavetz Chaim Zatzal. Umabia mu akto. One time, one of his friends went to the Rebbe, the Chavetz Chaim Zatzal. Umabia mu akto. That has to be looked into. What that means. He gave a kasha. Umabia mu akto. Hazor Hakadosh. The Zohar Hakadosh says, Tikkunei Hazor Chaf Hey Aleph Kosev Shekol Mitzvah She'eino Naseis B'dechilo u'rechimo mitoch yiras Hashem v'yahavaso eina ola lamarom. It says in the Tikkunei Zohar that every mitzvah that is not done with b'dechila, with fear, or rechima, and with love of Hashem, with a lot of good kavanos, mitoch yiras Hashem, through his fear of Hashem v'yahavaso, and the love of Hashem, Eino Ola Lamarom, does not go up to Hashem. Chas v'sholom. V'yesh lekach makar b'Gemara. It says there's a source for this in the Gemara. Pesachim Nun Amid Beis. Shebi Osim Shalal Lishma Ki Gadol Ad Shamayim Chastecha. Tehillim Nun Zayin Yud Aleph. V'lo Ad B'chlal. It says in the Tehillim that people that the mitzvahs that are not done, Lishma Shebi Osim Shalal Lishma, that the mitzvahs that are done with not the best intentions. It says Ki Gadol with the tahar, the best intentions for l'shem shamayim. Ki Gadol ad shamayim chastecha. Tehillim Nun Daled Yud Aleph. That your Hashem's chesed goes up till shamayim, up till. V'lo ad b'chlal, and the until is not included. In other words, it's still Hashem, where Hashem is, but in other words, since it wasn't done with the best intentions, it's not quite, doesn't quite get there. No, it's, God forbid. V'yespir Chavetz Chaim, the Chavetz Chaim answered him, Atzmo. In other words, he's concerned. It's only the best, the mitzvahs that are done with the best intentions are the ones that reach Hashem. The Chavetz Chaim answered him, "Mashal nifla," with a very wondrous mashal, a very wondrous example. Shem Olam, Ches Aleph Pei Aleph Hey, from Shem Olam. It's in Shem Olam, one of the svarim that the Chavetz Chaim wrote. V'yim kach ma im kol mitzvoteinu. V'yim kach ma im kol mitzvoteinu. If this is the case, what is the story with all of our mitzvos? The mitzvahs that we do, it's not with the greatest intentions and lishma, hein yedichu, al asaf, they will be rejected, God forbid. Hergiu Chavetz Chaim zatzal. So we have to find out what this means, Hergiu Chavetz Chaim zatzal. Well, anyway, the Chavetz Chaim answered him, he said in his very pleasant way that he spoke, allow me to tell you a story that happened before the war. The First World War, Bishnas Tafreish Ayin Dalet. That can be looked into. Tafreish Ayin Dalet. Pogashti Biofeh. So the Chavetz Chaim says, Pogashti Biofeh. I met a baker. Shoalti b'derech shigara eicha hoasakim. I asked him, shigra. Anyway, the Chavetz Chaim asked him, eicha hoasakim. How are things going? How was business? How are things going? Pasach Bekina. So he started to call. Pasach Bekina. He started answering him. Kol halayla shoketu al afias alachamim. The whole night he's busy and he's very studious on doing the best he can to bake the rolls and the breads and things that are needed. Uva boker boos akros habayis. And then in the morning, the akros habayis, that means the wives and the Baruch Hashem, the mothers, the wives, the people have to do with the buying of the groceries. Mashashos, postlos, they go, they feel the breads and the postlos. They say it's not the best. It's not the best bread. Kikar zo eino afuya daya, v'zo nechrecha. This loaf of bread is not really baked the fullest extent that it could be. It's not 100% done. V'zo nechrecha. This one may be burnt. Zu ibda churasa. This one lost its shape. Zu kaveda. This one is hard. V'zo kala. This one is light. Soft over. The end of the thing is Chelek gadol nifso v'nishar, that a large amount of them are apostle. They say it's not good. V'nishar, and they're left. In other words, they don't take it. V'hu mochro behefseid b'machal behema, and he has to go and sell it to like for food for animals. In other words, at a much lower price. Shavorhu v'rotzutz. So he's very broken up about this. Miyachel lebracha. He asked for a bracha. He asked for a bracha from the Chafetz Chaim. That's all. Berachtiv mikol libi. So the Chafetz Chaim said he gave him a bracha from his whole heart. He gave him a bracha that things should go good. Things should be better for him from now on. Parshas Milchama, then the war broke out, the First World War. V'heimita sevil Rav haparnasa shavsa v'hayoker he'emir. In other words, things started going bad. There was very little parnasa, very little making a living, and things became very expensive. Hatzeirim gaisu, the young people went to become soldiers. They had to become soldiers. Hamonim hapchu politim. Many people became refugees. Showed a visa. There was looting, things like that. Masim shebechol yom. So there were bad things every day. There were very bad situation every day. Ani pogesh ba'ofed. So then he went and he met the ofed, the baker again. V'hu mevaser b'simcha Rabbi habaracha shelo po'alo. And he goes and he greets the Chafetz Chaim b'simcha with great happiness. And he said, Rabbi, the Chafetz Chaim habaracha shelo po'alo. His bracha it worked. Tomati, kulam shiburim ritzuyim, v'hu sameach b'tzohel. So the Chafetz Chaim was wondering, everybody is broken and crushed and everything. V'hu sameach b'tzohel. He's very happy and things are good for him. His spear, he answered, Rabbi, sha'as machzori. It's a time of machzor, of things aren't so plentiful. V'anoshim chotzvim hakol, everybody grabs everything. Kol zman sheyesh ein ta'anos u'ma'anos. Whenever there is some bread, anything, ein ta'anos u'ma'anos, there's no complaining about anything. If there's a piece of bread, they grab it. Ein ta'ronios u'kbilos. Nobody has complaints. No complaints. Lo bodkim, lo bochanim. They don't check it and they don't test it. Lo poslim. They don't say it's not good, that the bread is not good. Gorfim kol mash matzu. They grab everything that there is. Mevinato siyam Chafetz Chaim. So this is the mashal that the Chafetz Chaim said. Mevin to this Talmud, Mevin ato, siyam Chafetz Chaim. The Chafetz Chaim answered, Kishahoyu hashonim kitiknon, when the years were the right, the way it should be, everything goes according to plan. V'hamone beis Yisrael hetziu hamone mitzvos. When things were 100% good, everyone was tzaddikim, everybody did all of the mitzvos that they had to do, everything. Hetziu hamone mitzvos. Hoyu bar nonim b'marom. Everybody was 100% up in Shemayim. Hashem knew that everybody is 100% meya achus in tzidkos and Yeras Hashem. Everything was doing everything the right way. Badku kol mitzvah. They would go and check every mitzvah. Ha'im Mushlemes, see if it's 100% the right way. Ha'im Neses HaKidin, B'dechilu, Rechimu, if it was done the big Kidin, the right way. B'dechilu, with fear of Hashem, Rechimu, and love of Hashem. B'kavanah, with the right kavanah, with the right intentions. Neosa, L'shem Shemayim, in a beautiful way. L'shem Shemayim, and for the sake of Hashemayim. Hayom, Eis Cherami. Now it's a very bad time. Dalos Machzor, it's very poor. There's a lot of lack in the world. Bo'is Kazu, Miskabelas Kol, Mitzvah, Beli, Livtok, Velivchon, Yoter, Alamida. And a time like this, when things are rough and not everybody is a tzaddik and not everybody does things. So in a time like this, Hashem goes, Mekabelas Kol, he goes and he accepts every mitzvah. You're doing a mitzvah, even if it's not 100% the right way. Hashem understands you're doing the mitzvah. It's a rough time. Kol mitzvah, every mitzvah is accepted. Beli livtok, without checking it out. Velivchon, yoter alamida, without trying to go and look at the intentions and everything. Bizmanim kitiknom yitochen shemitzvoseinu hamatos ve'abegumos hayu mi'oros zam. In the right way, in the time when everybody was a tzaddik and everything, it's a possibility shemitzvoseinu hamatos, that the small mitzvahs that we do, ve'abegumos, then we don't do them in the right way. Hayu mi'oros zam would cause anger because it's not the right way, the mitzvah. Ad aziva v'richuk, until things would be like cast aside, God forbid. But right now, things are so not in such a good way that every mitzvah that is done, one has to try to strive to do the best way one can, of course, but one tries to do a mitzvah. Hashem is very accepting of all the mitzvahs, and he talks shalom l'shma b'lishma. When one starts on a mitzvah, even though it's not lishma, it'll become from that, will come lishma, the right way, and mitzvah go reris, one mitzvah leads to another mitzvah, and Hashem appreciates every mitzvah that we do. These are the words of the Chavetz Chaim. He made a mashal from the baker, and these are the Divrei Kodesh, the words of HaRav Yaakov Galinsky Zatzal. This is available in English now also, and this is HaRav Yaakov Galinsky. Thank you. Kol Tov Shalom. Things should be good from now on, and they should release the hostages. There should be Shalom. Kol Tov.